Okay, so I've gotten a bunch of these glued together here on the walls with the supports. Let them dry for a little bit, and so now I'm going to go ahead and start assembling them to the end wall sections that have the arc on it for the roof. So I'm just going to put some glue there. And these don't have to be perfect. That one's not quite dry yet. And I'm going to go ahead and glue all of these in, and I will get back with you guys as soon as I've done all that. Talk to you in a bit. And voila! After about 30 minutes of assembly, I've now got 12 cottages. The next step is going to be applying these little timbers, which are going to go on the outside of the cottage, kind of like a frame. So, let me tilt it up a little bit here. Okay, so it's not the right. Okay, so let's tip it here. They're going to go here. They're also going to grab these ones. Going to frame it so they're going to go here and here, and they're going to do that on all four sides. So there will be some here. Here, some of the longer roof pieces that I've cut. This is it here. Will go here. Just as single timbers. I'm going to take a break because these need to finish drying. And once they're finished drying, I'll come back and start assembling the timbers. See you in a bit. Okay, so we're back. I've gone ahead and put on the timbers here, put on the side ones, the top ones are on it. I'm going to do that to all four sides. Going to finish up the other 11 of these, and as soon as they're all dried, I'll go on to the next step. And we're back. Okay, so the best laid plans of mice and men often go astray. One of the things that I came across when doing the timbering is that you can see there's a different thickness in these craft sticks. Now, sorry, we're having a windstorm. It's really screwing my allergies. Now, you can see there's a different thickness in these craft sticks. They're from two separate bags. Same sticks, same company. Two different bags, two different batches, and I'm presuming that the batches are mixed in. So there's probably different thicknesses in each bag. So it's a little hard to get uniformity with it, and so some of the final cuts may be off, but that's something that's not really going to affect us too much because we can always go back and correct that on the finished cottages. So on to the next step. While I'm waiting for those to finish drying, let me widen out a little bit further. Got a piece of cardstock here. These are some other craft sticks that I got from, I guess it's Woodpile. The reason I'm using these ones for this part is because I wanted something much thinner. They're also much narrower, which is another reason I wanted them. But you can see they are a lot thinner. And the reason I wanted that is because these are the ones that we're going to use for the doors. So to do the doors, each one of these is roughly about 0.2 inches wide. So putting 5 of them together is roughly an inch. It's not going to be exact because the wood's warped a little bit after the cutting, and it's not exactly going to be perfectly straight on each of these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 5 of these strips and glue them onto this piece of cardstock. Starting at the edge, glue them down, set something on them to let them dry. Do another 5 a little bit further over. Another 5, so on and so forth. So that this is how I'm going to do the doors. Basically, I'm going to cut the strips like this, then I'm going to cut the strips, the glued strip sections off, and then just put them through the bandsaw. Lets me cut all the doors at once. This backing gives me a nice even surface, and by gluing them down and letting them dry, it makes sure that these are flat, because if I was going to try and cut these and then glue them onto the cottages one stick at a time, any of the warping that's still left in these is going to really amplify and make it difficult to get them to glue solid. So I'll be back as soon as I get this step finished up, and see you in a minute. Okay, I got these glued down. I haven't put anything on them or let them dry yet, but as you can see, they're really kind of warped. They were actually badly warped like this straight out of the bag. These ones I got because of their thinness, because when I put them into the door frames, they'll stand out a little bit more due to their the thinness of their wood. And I want something that was going to be depressed in the door frame. It wasn't going to stick out too much from the surface. But I just wanted to show you this. What we're going to do to get them to tame down. So we're just going to load them up with various plastic bottles. The reason I'm using plastic bottles is because the Elmer's glue that I'm using that's not full enough. The Elmer's glue that I'm using, if you don't have a plastic bottle that's heavy enough, a paint can upside down will work just fine because of the flat surface. The Elmer's bottles and the paint can lids won't stick to the Elmer's glue. Just need one more. I'll transfer that one over there. And this one over here. That's weighted down enough to keep it. Okay, so I'm just going to let these dry and then go ahead and get on to that next step. See you guys in a bit. Okay, so I've got my strips done. I already had cut one set of strips, or one strip and one set of doors, but the camera was shaking too much, so I had to reposition it. So let's go ahead and do the rest of these. And to speed it up, we're just gonna put the last 3 stacks, or last 3 doors into a stack. We'll use these little half ones for maybe a garden or something. We'll have to go through and clean up the backs just a little bit to get them to set fully flush, but it's pretty easy. Let's go back to the table, see you in a minute. Okay, so I've got the doors. I'm not going to put 2 doors on all of them. I'm not going to put them all in the same places. Like some of them, they may be off to the side with a window, or maybe they're in the center and I'll have windows on the sides. So that's why I didn't do any of the timbering or anything on the bottom, because I don't want these to all be identical. I want this to be enough to represent basically a small village. And so I'm going to go ahead and put the doors on and then decide as I go what I want the rest of the detailing to look like. Some of them I may put little flower beds out in front of, or maybe some hedges or something around. Change the bases up and stuff, different colors, that kind of thing. But this is where we're at now. So the next step is just to glue the doors on. Once I glue the doors on, then I'll go ahead and start working on windows and the door frames. See you in a minute.